that has the most extraordinary flavor in the world, as rated by the World Coffee Association. And it has all of the biological properties that great coffee should have in it. They're not destroyed with it. So we've taken this great coffee, and now we're going to combine it with what we believe are the most powerful fat-burning, weight loss support ingredients in the world. And so now let's talk about what we're going to do with it. First of all, Sisel Weight Loss Coffee is extraordinary. So let's look at we looked at what I call the big five in MLM that are selling coffee, and let's go through them. We won't go through them by company by name because I don't believe in doing that, but let's take a look at them in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to see what they're doing about weight loss. Well, the first one I'm going to talk about is a weight loss coffee, and they use Garcinia cambogia and yerba mate. That's what they use. Now, those two ingredients are very good ingredients for sure. Garcinia cambogia, and we'll talk about everything in detail on Monday, but Garcinia cambogia interferes with the production of an enzyme that stores fat. And when that enzyme is not made, then fat is not stored efficiently. So it also acts as an appetite suppressant and diminishes your desire for food. So it suppresses appetite. It interferes with the enzyme that makes you store fat, and as a result, you could increase your energy and reduce the uptake of fat and suppress your appetite with Garcinia cambogia. Now, it's an ingredient that has become quite popular, but the issues with it is concentration, and as we've been looking at it. So as a result, most of these companies are just using Garcinia cambogia, where the extract of it that can be highly concentrated now can achieve effects much better than just using the Garcinia cambogia. Yerba mate, on the other hand, really helps you to burn fat. It's really a stimulant, and it's a central nervous system stimulant, but it doesn't really give you a buzz the way that caffeine does. And so those can improve your metabolism and make you burn carbohydrates, sugars, and fats much more efficiently. So that's how that company works. Now there's another one. It's a smaller company, but it's one of the big five. And amazingly enough, they contain caffeine and chromium polynicotinate. And that's what they call their thermogenic fat burning. This is really old science, folks, with it. And of course, they have a buffered caffeine. So they say, well, they buffered the caffeine. And so caffeine, as you know, will increase energy and stimulation of cells. And as you do, of course, it burns more fat, and buffering it might take some of the buzz out of it. Chromium polynicotinate, which they're classifying as a thermogenic ingredient, actually really isn't, in my opinion. What it does is it stimulates insulin receptors on cells in all kinds of cells within your body, but particularly the lean mass cells for muscle and tissue and things like that. And so they will take in more fat to burn it more efficiently. But this is a 30-year-old science. This is hardly anything that's really new, and so is caffeine. So putting the combination together, they say they have the only thermogenic fat-burning coffee. Well, guess what? They don't, because we're coming out now with one that has 7 thermogenic fat-burning systems. We'll talk about that later. But anyway, that's number 2. Now, one of the very largest that is a Ganoderma. Now we really get into these Ganoderma coffees. These Ganoderma coffee companies are exploiting Ganoderma as a health ingredient, which it is. But one of the largest one doesn't even make a weight loss coffee, so they're right out of the picture. Another one has a weight loss system, and what they do is, this is really odd, and this gives you a big advantage with our company. And so they sell their black coffee, and then they will sell you a bottle of capsules of the green coffee bean extract, and that's called chlorogenic acid. So that chlorogenic acid is very effective because, and you've heard it on Dr. Oz, and of course you've heard Garcinia cambogia on Dr. Oz and a number of other things like that, but also they're being exploited all over the all over the internet and the world, because green coffee bean is a very effective product. They slow down the production of glucose in the body, and they modify certain enzymes in the body. So, in other words, they cause a slow and sustained release of glucose after eating, thereby reducing the production of new fat cells. So it inhibits that. It increases the metabolism of fat, and it suppresses fat storage. And that's really how it works. So that's the product that's with this other company. Now, another one sells their black coffee too. This is another Ganoderma coffee, and they have their black coffee, and then they sell you a bottle of Garcinia cambogia. And so that combination together is what they have for their fat burning. So let's recap them really quick to see what the big five are, and then we'll talk about Sisel weight loss coffee in addition to that. The first one has a combination of in their coffee, which is Garcinia cambogia and yerba mate. The second one uses caffeine and chromium polynicotinate in their coffee. The third one is the Ganoderma, doesn't have a weight loss coffee. The fourth one sells a black instant coffee with a bottle of green coffee bean. So you're using two products to attain that. So it's really not in the coffee, it's just you have to add a supplement in addition to it. The last one, the fifth one, is just like it. They sell you a box of black instant and also a bottle of Garcinia cambogia. And so you're using two products there. Now that's really not what I would call weight loss coffee, would you? If you're taking the coffee and then you have to take a dietary supplement, but that's their program for weight loss. So all of those ingredients have got a good effect, and what we've done here at Sisel Weight Loss is we've decided to build the super nuke of them all, is what I call it, with our weight loss coffee. So here's what we've done. We've taken our weight loss coffee, and we're going to put it into both a bag, which we're going to bring out on about the 15th. So it's going to be a bag coffee, and you can brew it up, or you can put it even into one of these coffee makers like a K-Cup system. We may not have it right in a K-Cup right soon, but we're going to have the coffee in a bag so that you can make yourself the coffee out of a bag, and it'll be very economical to do it. It'll be the combination of the ground and the micro ground, the Panamanian Bouquet Geisha coffee, the world's best flavored coffee. Now, we've had a long time in putting all of this together for weight loss, because here's the issue, and you'll notice some of these other companies that they have their coffee and then they're selling a bottle of capsules to take in addition to it. Why do you think they do that? It's because if you use these ingredients in coffee, it's very difficult to mask the taste, because their coffees to start with, if you've tasted some of these, I call them Gano coffees, out, most of them are pretty bitter tasting. So the checks you got to be making from that company have got to be pretty good to make you want to drink that coffee. And if it wasn't for that, I don't think most people, in my opinion, would want to drink those Ganoderma coffees, because they're not really great tasting coffees from what I'm hearing from the field and people around. But our coffee is a tremendously good tasting coffee, ranked #1 in the world, the coffee bean is, by the World Coffee Association. So what we've done is we've taken that, and we have been working on this thing for a long time, and what we want to do is we want to blend these powerful weight support ingredients, and that's the thing we must say, is their weight support. So they'll support a weight loss program, because the Food and Drug Administration says that you have to have a little either calorie restriction or exercise increase in order to make a weight loss claim. So the thing we're going to say to start with is you should restrict your calories and or increase a little bit of exercise with it to increase fat burning or weight loss. And so with that, these products all support a weight loss system, but boy, do they do it in a powerful way.